Hello, hello, I'm Red, and I pray you're having a blessed day. So, Arc Raiders has officially been out for about a week now, and I've been spending a lot of time topside, fighting off rogue robots and other players, and I figured I'd share my feelings so far and maybe help you decide if you want to become a fellow Raider. Now, this isn't a full review, more of a first impressions video from someone who's been playing since launch. I'll go over what's working, what's not, and whether I think it's worth diving into right now. So, let's get started. What is Arc Raiders? If you're new to it or you have no idea, Arc Raiders is a third-person extraction shooter from Embark Studios, the same team behind the finals. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where you go topside to scavenge for loot, fight off hostile AI robots called Arc, and sometimes run into other players who can either be friendly or want to take your stuff before you can extract. But with this gritty, retro, sci-fi kind of vibe that's really cool. Let's start with the good, because there's a lot that Arc Raiders does right. First, the gunplay feels fantastic. Weapons have punch and purpose, recoil feels grounded, and the audio design makes every shot feel satisfying. There's nothing overcomplicated to the weapon system, so no fine-tuning required. Secondly, the world itself. The environments are gorgeous in this grim, melancholic way. The lighting, the dust, and the old ruined tech, it feels like a believable world that's immersive in both sight and sound. The atmosphere during a raid is absolutely intense. You're scavenging, you're checking corners, and every sound matters, especially when you're carrying good loot and debating whether to risk one more lootable container or call it an extract. Oh, and I have to mention the constant cycling of world events from lush blooms to harvester to night mode, and one of my favorites, electromagnetic storms, offering a refreshing take on the different maps that last about an hour or two and are constantly going with even more to come. Third, the game is surprisingly polished out of the box, which seems so rare nowadays. It feels like the devs really care that this game was ready at launch with no game-breaking glitches. We've had a few hot patches here and there, but for the most part, this game runs amazingly smooth. Lastly, to round off a list that could go on and on, I will say the core loop of the game feeds into other aspects of gameplay, making this very replayable. Essentially, you head topside, gather materials, survive, and bring it all back to upgrade your gear. There's that constant push and pull between greed and survival that the best extraction games have. Not to mention, you can essentially go through multiple life cycles or raiders without the game feeling like any two raiders' lives are the same with the expedition track, which is Arc Raiders' wipe system, except it's not forced on you, meaning you can just play with the same raider until you're tired of it. There's also a ranking system that cycles every week and allows you to earn free cosmetics just for playing and doing stuff that you'd normally have to do topside. Ultimately, this game caters to a wide variety of player types. Now, let's get into the not so perfect. First big issue, but maybe not for everyone, is the difficulty curve. This game does not hold your hand. The first few raids are a little bit of a learning curve, to be honest. You need to find your footing, especially if you're not used to extraction looter shooters. I've lost a fair bit of loot just getting swarmed by Arc patrols and not realizing how powerful they are, which is the intention. If you're new to extraction shooters, this can be a little bit of a shock. Once you learn the rhythms though, it gets better and it feels so much more rewarding. But the onboarding could use some love. Secondly, managing loot can be a task without much direction. Managing your stash can feel kind of clunky. The menu styles are not always practical, and figuring out which resources matter early on can be confusing and can lead to hoarding in the beginning, and you may find yourself constantly trying to manage your inventory in Speranza instead of being topside. Now, this last one is not really a game issue, but be aware, if you're like me, you may run into a lot of chill, friendly raiders just trying to enjoy the topside themselves. But there will be those who want to bring COD-like toxicity into this beautiful world. Don't let them ruin this experience for you. This game, especially at this price point, guys, is amazing. And I haven't enjoyed something like this in so long. So I do pray that you find the ability to enjoy it if you decide to become a fellow raider. So after a week, I'm actually really enjoying Arc Raiders. It nails the feeling of tension and reward and makes the extraction genre feel so special, and the presentation is just absolutely top tier. If you're looking for something different or looking to stick with the extraction genre and just need something with a more refreshing take on it, I absolutely think this is it. As for me, I'm definitely sticking with it, and I hope to see you there. Anyways, that's my take after a week with Arc Raiders, and there's so much more to come. If you've been playing too, I would love to hear what you think. Drop your best or your worst raid story in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it greatly if you would hit that like button and maybe subscribe if you want some more Arc Raiders content. I hope to see you topside raider. Oh, and read your Bible. Be blessed, everyone.